What if I told you that the Harry Potter series is hiding insane secrets you never noticed? Like, did you know a literal dead man's name shows up on the Marauders map and no one says a word? From hidden messages to real-life star names, this video is packed with details that'll change the way you see the wizarding world forever. Stay tuned, because the last one will actually blow your mind. Let's start with a moment from the very first Quidditch match, where Snape looked like the villain, but was secretly the hero. Okay, so remember the first Quidditch match Harry ever plays in? He's zooming around on his broom trying to catch the snitch, and suddenly his broom starts going completely out of control. It's swerving all over the place, and it looks super dangerous, like he's about to fall off and die. Everyone's freaking out. Then Hermione notices Snape staring at Harry and muttering under his breath.
It's Snape! He's jinxing the broom! Jinxing the broom?
Naturally, she thinks he's cursing Harry's broom. She panics and runs to stop him. But here's the twist most people miss. Snape wasn't the bad guy. He was actually trying to protect Harry. What Hermione didn't realize is that Quirrell, yes, the stuttering defense against the dark arts teacher, was the one actually jinxing the broom. Snape had figured it out and was trying to counter the curse with a protective spell. But that's not the only time the movies dropped a secret way early. Wait till you see what Harry hides in during Chamber of Secrets. There's this quick scene in Chamber of Secrets where Harry ends up in a creepy old shop called Borgin and Burke's. He accidentally lands there after using flu powder wrong. While he's trying to hide from Draco and his dad, he jumps into this big cabinet and hides inside it while they talk. That cabinet? That's the Vanishing cabinet, the exact same one Draco Malfoy uses in Half-Blood Prince to sneak Death Eaters into Hogwarts. It's broken when Harry hides in it, but we don't realize how important it is until years later. Then, in Chamber of Secrets, there's also a moment where Filch yells at Harry because someone broke a cabinet in the school. Again, that's the Hogwarts half of the Vanishing cabinet pair. The writers were actually planting seeds really early on, and barely anyone noticed. Now, this next one is super subtle, but if you catch it, it'll break your heart in the best way. There's this quick but super emotional scene in Order of the Phoenix where Harry finds Luna Lovegood in the hallway. She's standing by the racks where people hang their shoes, and her shoes are actually missing. She casually points up and says something like, "Anyway, my mom always said, the things we lose have a way of coming back to us in the end." If you look closely, you can see her shoes literally hanging from the ceiling.
We lose have a way of coming back to us in the end. If not always in the way we expect.
It's a blink and you miss it kind of moment, but it says a lot. Luna is always portrayed as this quirky, spacey girl who sees things differently. But this tiny scene shows that she's actually bullied by the other students at Hogwarts. They think she's weird, so they hide her stuff and mess with her. But Luna, she just accepts it and stays kind. She doesn't let the bullying change who she is. But speaking of emotional moments, Snape's death has a secret that most people totally miss. This one hits so hard. In Deathly Hallows Part 2, Snape gets attacked by Nagini, Voldemort's snake, and you know he's not going to make it. He's lying there, dying, and Harry runs to him. Snape looks into Harry's eyes and says, "Look at me." He wants to see Lily's eyes one last time, because he's loved her since they were kids.
You have your mother's eyes.
But here's the part most people miss. As Snape dies, his tears fall, and Harry catches them in a small vial. These aren't just regular tears. They're actually memories. In the wizarding world, you can collect someone's memories and view them in something called a pensieve. Later, Harry uses the tears to see Snape's full story, his love for Lily, how he protected Harry, and how he was a double agent working against Voldemort the entire time. That moment completely changes how we see Snape. From the guy who bullied Harry in class to a man who risked everything because of love and loyalty. Now get ready, because Dumbledore's creepy black hand wasn't just a visual, it was hiding a deadly truth. So in Half-Blood Prince, you'll notice that Dumbledore's right hand looks really messed up, like blackened and almost dead. It's super noticeable in a few scenes, especially when he raises it to drink the potion in the Horcrux cave. But the movie never actually explains what happened. It's just kind of there. What really went down is kind of intense. That injury came from a cursed ring that Dumbledore tried to destroy. It was one of Voldemort's Horcruxes, those dark magic objects he used to make himself immortal. The ring belonged to Voldemort's family, and Dumbledore found it and tried to destroy it by himself. But the ring had a deadly curse on it, and the moment Dumbledore put it on, the curse started spreading through his body. He managed to stop it just in time thanks to Snape, who slowed it down with some powerful spells, but Snape told him that the curse would still eventually kill him. It was just a matter of time. That's why Dumbledore looked so calm about dying. He knew it was coming anyway. Up next, you've seen Harry's invisibility cloak 100 times, but did you know it's one of the most powerful magical items ever? We all know Harry's invisibility cloak. It's one of the coolest magical items in the series. He gets it as a gift in Sorcerer's Stone with a note saying, "Use it well." And throughout the series, he uses it to sneak around, spy on people, escape trouble, you name it.
Whoa!
But what most people don't realize right away is that this isn't just any invisibility cloak. It's actually one of the 3 Deathly Hallows, legendary magical items that are super powerful and tied to the story of death itself. The Deathly Hallows include the Elder Wand, the Resurrection Stone, and Harry's cloak. It's the Cloak of Invisibility from the tale of the 3 brothers. In Deathly Hallows, Part 1, the story is told with an animated sequence, and it shows how the youngest brother escapes death by using his cloak to stay hidden for years. When he's ready, he gives the cloak to his son and walks with death as an old friend. It's honestly such a beautiful story. Now here's the cool part. Harry is a descendant of that youngest brother, the cloak passed down in his family for generations. Dumbledore knew exactly what it was when he gave it to Harry in his first year, but he didn't tell him the truth until much later. Coming up, McGonagal breaks the rules, and she actually loves it. One of the best and most underrated moments in Deathly Hallows Part 2 happens during the Battle of Hogwarts. Things are getting super serious. The school is about to be attacked by Voldemort and his army, and the professors are getting ready for war. McGonagall steps up and starts casting this amazing spell that brings the Hogwarts statues to life. They march down from the walls and get into defense mode. It's honestly so epic. But then she turns to Molly Weasley and says, with a big smile, "I've always wanted to use that spell."
I've always wanted to use that spell.
It's such a pure, unexpected moment of joy in the middle of total chaos. That line is such a gem because we always see McGonagall as this super strict, no-nonsense teacher. She's all about rules and discipline, and she rarely shows emotion. But in that moment, we get to see a different side of her. Someone who truly loves magic and gets excited about using it. Now, let's talk about the moment where Snape was already dropping hidden messages, starting with his first question to Harry. When Harry first meets Snape in the Sorcerer's Stone, or Philosopher's Stone, Snape throws him off with a super intense question.
Tell me, what would I get if I added powdered root of asphodel to an infusion of wormwood? You don't know?
At first, it just seems like Snape being a jerk and trying to embarrass Harry. But there's a crazy hidden meaning behind it that most fans totally miss. If you look up the Victorian flower language, yes, that was a real thing. Asphodel is a type of lily that means, "My regrets follow you to the grave," and wormwood means bitter sorrow. So when Snape says this, it's like he's secretly saying, "I deeply regret Lily's death and it brings me great sadness." It's wild, right? On the surface, he's just quizzing Harry, but deep down, it's like he's trying to say sorry or express grief without anyone knowing. And the fact that he says this to Harry, Lily's son, in their very first class together? That's not a coincidence. And finally, the number that secretly connects everything in the Harry Potter universe. If you've ever paid close attention to the Harry Potter series, you'll notice the number 7 shows up a lot, and that's not by accident. J.K. Rowling didn't just randomly pick that number. She used it over and over to represent magic, power, and completeness. Let's break it down. There are 7 years at Hogwarts, which makes sense since the story covers 1 year per book. There are 7 Horcruxes, the magical objects Voldemort split his soul into. Harry was born in July, the 7th month. The Weasley family has 7 children. And even a Quidditch team has 7 players. It's almost like Rowling was obsessed with 7. But actually, it's because in many cultures, 7 is a super symbolic number. It's considered magical, powerful, and whole. It's used in fairy tales, mythology, and even religion. So by using 7 in so many different ways, Rowling created this feeling that everything in Harry's world is connected by some deeper magical rule, even if we don't always realize it. Which one surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell because the next video will blow your mind with even more secrets you missed.